Should an American have an opinion about the British royal family? Not necessarily. Not our country, not our kings and queens. Indeed, is it even appropriate to have an opinion about the royal family if one is not a subject? Not that this has stopped me. Over the decades, frankly, since the marriage of Diana and Charles put the royal family on this American's radar, I've had opinions about many members of the clan. Diana taking the hand of an AIDS patient back in the day, the power and impact of that gesture demonstrated the incredible sort of soft power, if you will, that is invested in the members of this family. My favorite member of the family has long been Princess Anne, however. Back in the middle 1970s, she was almost kidnapped. An assailant intent on taking Anne hostage shot the men who were escorting her, jumped in the back of the car in which she'd been riding, wrestled her to the floor, and commanded that she come with him. Her answer to him? Not bloody likely. I am not an especially cool customer in an emergency situation. Since the first time I heard that story when I was a teenager, I've thought Princess Anne's cool was something to live up to. Also, I've always had a soft spot for Princess Margaret. Love has long been such a fraught proposition within the royal family. Margaret and Peter Townsend, Diana and Charles, the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, and those are just a few of the star-crossed pairs in the last century or so without reaching too far back into a rich history of marital blunders and beheadings. But when the Windsors get it right, like so many of us ordinary folk, they do seem to get it very right. King George VI and Queen Elizabeth, Elizabeth II and Philip, Charles and Camilla, William and Catherine. Anyway, like my great-grandparents' generation who likely thought it was appropriate for them to have an opinion of Wallace Simpson, I have an opinion of the next American to marry into the royal family, Meghan Markle. The first thing I think is that the next time a royal wants to marry an American, the royal family's consensus is going to be not bloody likely. Our track record is short and not glorious. But what I think second and much more strongly is that Meghan Markle is a complete embarrassment for all of us. She is the embodiment of so many stereotypes of the ugly American, entitled, lazy, brash, talking too much and too loudly without any sort of solid understanding of what she's talking about, or one shred of curiosity that might provide insight into appreciating another culture. Not to mention badly, sadly, sloppily dressed. Ugly Americans come from all points on the political spectrum, of course, and here at the Authentic we are, in great part, united in our eagerness that Meghan Markle should not be mistaken as representative.